The numbers again. If you could see every possible thing that was going to happen, then you could probably see, well, you could see, the situations that were going to arise that would make people believe that there was fate, uh, some kind of God, somebody manipulating things. Well, of course, in Jacob's case, there was someone manipulating things. Someone was changing chance and creating fate in a way. Um, although maybe not long-term fate. So the numbers keep reappearing for everyone because partly because Jacob chose people to come to the island who were having a lot of coincidences in their lives already. And he wanted um, people to come to the island who would believe that there was a purpose behind their coming to the island. And he wanted others to not believe that. And that conflict is what allows the long con against the man in black, where the man in black isn't sure at the end what pulling the stopper on the island will do, and has to decide whether it was meant to be or not, and goes for it. But everyone else had their own opinions and had different opinions along the way, and no one knew the answer. It's very important that no one knew the answer to what was really going on, to Jacob's manipulations, because otherwise Jacob's plan could be discovered. So um, if Jacob can see everything that's likely to happen, then he can see that in a situation where people experience all these coincidences, he can see how they're going to react and how their worldview will change. Um, Hurley believed he was really, really unlucky um, because because of the numbers, and the numbers led to a lot of unluckiness according to him, and they were representative of that unluckiness in the end. Um, Hurley had to distrust, think he was bad in order to be good, maybe. In any case, the choosing of all these people wasn't just because they were, loners and needed to learn the meaning of love and that sort of thing. It was also because they had certain beliefs and they would react certain ways, in certain ways, to coincidence, whether created directly by Jacob or whether foreseen by Jacob that these kinds of coincidences would come along with Desmond um, or Libby or Hurley. This combination can explain, along with perhaps bleed through from the sideways world, why there were all these coincidences, and helps explain the conflict between free will, coincidence, say, free will and destiny. And but still, we can see that there are causal patterns, either through Jacob knowing ahead of time, through the sideways world, through an active conspiracy, Jacob paying, say, Libby to give the boat to Desmond. Um, we can see that there are causal patterns behind this fate or this coincidence. Um, and so we can see that it's not exactly the fate that we were thinking about, and neither is it the coincidence that we were thinking about, but that these two ideas are so muddied up with each other, and that so much manipulation could be involved, and and that connections between different worlds could also be involved. So, in that instance, what's fate and what's coincidence? Well, we don't know. I mean, at the end, from Jacob's perspective, there may not be any fate. Nothing was necessarily fated. The fact that he can see what the most likely outcome of the future is going to be doesn't mean that there's a fate. It just means he can see the causal connections between things before they happen, or he can see to another time before that time exists in the present.